It's that time, baby. It's time for me to film an updated bookshelf tour. Honestly, every single time I have posted a photo of my bookshelf on Instagram or any social media platform, I get hundreds of comments from you guys saying that you want an updated bookshelf tour. So here we are. Today's video is actually sponsored. I'm working with Beducated again. I've worked with Beducated multiple times over the past 6 to 12 months. I love everything about them, what they're all about, and I'm so excited to be bringing you this little segment. So if you've never heard of Beducated, where have you been, hun? They are an online subscription service quite similar to something like Netflix, but their content revolves around everything sexual wellness and education. They have so many different types of videos, all about sex, self-pleasure, kinks, relationships, the female orgasm. Beducated is a safe online space where you can explore your sexuality without judgment, without the stigma, and without fear. I'm currently working through the self-pleasure course, and we'll skip to future me in a minute so I can talk about my thoughts and feelings about what I learned. But just before we do that, do not forget that I do have a discount code with Beducated, which gives you 40% off your yearly pass. You can trial Beducated. You won't be charged whatsoever for the first 24 hours, and you can cancel at any time. With that all said, let's talk about self-pleasure and then we'll get to the bookshelf tour.
Here I am on the Beducated website. I've just searched in the explore section self-pleasure. I will be going through the self-pleasure journey course today. It's 4 hours and 30 minutes long. There is nudity. Here's a little breakdown of what the course will entail, as well as an introduction to Libby, who is hosting this course. I know this is very drastic, this compared to what I was just looking like, but I'm sitting in bed doing the self-pleasure course, and there's a couple of things I just want to say. Hands down, this is one of my favorite courses I've ever done through Beducated. The reason why is because it focuses on self-pleasure, masturbation, different types of ways to masturbate, different practices, how to get rid of the shame and stigma that so many of us feel when we are participating in self-care. There was one thing that I was quite fascinated about when I got to the section about practicing and different types of ways to practice self-pleasure, masturbating. Libby suggested using a mirror. Now, that may be very scary for many of us, but she explained that feeling shame, feeling uncomfortable, feeling embarrassed when you're like in an intimate space with yourself, really looking at yourself, taking in the image of you touching yourself, enjoying what you look like, it is intimidating. But it is a great way to learn your body, learn what you like, and grow and become comfortable with your sexuality. Now, we're all romance readers here, so either you're someone who's already comfortable with your sexuality and you just love reading smart, or you're someone that isn't fully comfortable with who you are sexually when you're not reading a book and you find comfort in the books you read because you don't feel alone. I would honestly suggest you checking this course out if you're someone that struggles with self-pleasure, understanding what turns you on. If you just need some tips and tricks on how to kind of transform yourself sexually on your own, this course is amazing. All the links to Beducated will be linked in the description box below, so if you are interested in this course or any other course that they offer, it'll just be a click away in that description box. Let's get started with this bookshelf tour.
All right, babes, we're here. We're about to enter my book room, library, office. I keep my books and my makeup in here. It's like my little lady cave, and here's my bookshelf. While I'm here, I'll literally give you guys a bump date. Here is my beautiful, big, pregnant 33-week belly. Not long until my baby boy is here. How exciting. Anyway, back to the books. These bookshelves specifically are super popular. You'll see them on Instagram. You'll see them on TikTok. They are the Billy bookshelves from IKEA. Now I have two of like the larger ones and then also two of the smaller ones. As you can see, I've got like the larger one, then I put in the skinny smaller ones in the center to like break them up. Also, what's good about these Billy bookshelves, especially these smaller ones, you can actually angle them on a corner and like connect them. So if this was a wall and not a window, I could connect the bookshelves along this way and add more, and then you're not like losing space. Like as you can see, this one's like on an angle. Just thought I'd let you know. Here is a very unprofessional overview of my entire bookshelf. Now this is not all the books I own. Honestly, I have a ton of them stored in this cupboard here because I don't have enough room on this bookshelf. I don't like to have my bookshelves too cluttered, even though this is a lot more cluttered than what I would like. It's just what I'm working with right now. So as I said before, we've got the bigger Billy bookshelf, smaller one, bigger one, smaller one. So I'm quite particular with how I organize my books. I do it by author and also kind of like trope, I guess you could say, in a sense. And I do use like plants to split sections, if that makes sense. Just quickly, I've been using this room as a storage room with the curtains closed for like 2 months now. I haven't been in here until this point. I cleaned it the other day and took everything out of storage. But because it was in the dark for so long, my plants died, some of them. So we just will ignore that for now. I will get a new plant because that one I cannot save. Okay, so up the top here, we have my Lucia Franco section here. So I've got the hardback of Hush Hush, the Balance series, which is all signed by her, some of her standalones, the original Hush Hush paperback, Say Yes, which is the novella that follows, and then the discreet cover. Lucy is one of my favorite authors. You guys know Hush Hush is one of my favorite books of all time. That's why I've got so many copies. I also own it on Audible and ebook. Then I've just got this cute plant separating, and then this stack here is all Jessica Hawkins. Her Violent Delight series, Something in the Way, and her Cityscape, which I still haven't read yet. Next up we have T.L. Swan, one of my favorite authors of all time, and she's an Aussie. Love that. I get so excited every time I come across like an Australian author. So we've got Our Way, Ferreira, the Italian, those two kind of intertwine. Mr. Masters, Mr. Spencer, Mr. Garcia, and the Miles High Club. A new book is coming soon to this series. The only thing I don't like about these bookshelves is the fact that these little holes are here, but I'm pretty sure you can actually get little fillers from IKEA, which I wouldn't mind getting eventually. Up here we have my Al Kennedy section. So we've got the Briar U, Him and Us, and Off-Campus series. The Off-Campus series though, these aren't the original covers. These are the pocket-sized special edition like mail covers. This corner here is all of my Colleen Hoover. Some are tabbed because I have been reading them. And then we have this series here and this duet here from Serena. I can never pronounce her name properly, so I just say Serena. But you can see the author's name there. She actually sent these to me as a gift months and months and months ago when I recommended one of her books. And yeah, she sent all these to me. So they're all signed. They're beautiful. I cannot wait to get around to reading them one day. But you know what it's like. The TBR is never ending. Alright, we've got the second shelf. So this is my Fiona Cole section. So we've got the Avoya series. Some of them are damaged because we all know what Amazon is like. Then we have the Blame It on the Alcohol series. So we've got champagne, tequila, and also vodka. And then we've got her standalone, which is an erotic romance called Shame Me Not. So that is that little section. I've got this like long plant. I don't know if you guys have watched my last bookshelf tour, but I had this on the bookshelf and it was literally like this small and it's grown like so much. Anyway, now we have my Mafia section. Well, one of my Mafia sections. Right here I have my dear friend Anna, all her books. Me and her last name, we have like a love-hate relationship. I at times can't say it properly. She is Polish and I think it is pronounced like Vidish. Hopefully I did not butcher it. But yeah, she's a Mafia author. We've got Royal Flush, Crossfire, and then this series here. She sent these to me ages ago, so they're all signed. And yeah, she's a dear friend of mine, so I love showcasing her books on my shelf. I haven't read them yet. And then this here is my first Cora Riley stack. So this is the Born in Blood, and then her two standalones, Fragile Longing and Sweet Temptation. Here we got my Babe from Perth, Brie Porter. This is her Racchetti? I don't know. Dynasty series. I'm not Italian, so I struggle to pronounce this shit. But yeah, she sent these to me ages ago as well. So they're all signed, very special. And then I have my Danielle Laurie Maid series. So that there is my first Mafia shelf. Then I've just got this section here with this fake plant. I do want to replace it because I don't like fake plants. And this is my Nicole Fiorina section. Can we just talk about these covers? I'm sorry about it. What? They look so good on the shelf. So we've got the Stay With Me trilogy. My favorite covers, man. I love these covers so much. And then we have the Book of Blackwell, 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐒𝐿 here. So that's actually signed. If you go on my Instagram, you can see like the interior of it. It's the most stunning book ever. Cannot wait for Bone Island. It's coming in September or maybe October. I cannot remember, but it's coming soon. Okay, and now we're on to my second Mafia section. So this here is the Filthy Feckers series from Serena. So the same author as the one that I showed you before. So I've got her series here. I've got the second batch of Cora's books. So these are the Kimura Chronicles, except for this one. This one's a part of the Born in Blood, but it doesn't matter. It just lives here because it's shiny. Then I've got some Sophie Lark. So we got The Brutal Prince, There Is No Devil, There Are No Saints, and also The Savage. All of these were sent to me by Sophie and her business daddy. So thank you so much for gifting me these. They're signed. Well, I believe that one's signed, and these ones just came through as a gift from Amazon. Devil's Lair and Angel K by Giana Darling, I think her name is, and the Boston Underworld series here. They just live there. That's my Mafia shelf. That's my Mafia shelf. Love the Mafia. And now we have the next row. Here we have Be Celeste and then also Carian Cole. I've got Into the Clearwater, The Truth About Tomorrow, which is one of my favorites, and The Truth About Heartbreak, which was my first read from this author. I do own more of her books, but I don't have anywhere to store them right now, and I don't want to have this shelf too cluttered. As I said, Carian Cole, Torn and Tide from the All Torn Up series. Don't Kiss the Bride, which is one of my favorite standalones of all time. Then we have the Ashes and Embers series. Amazing if you love Rockstar stuff. And then we also have No Tomorrow. Then I have my little QB Tyler section. So as you can see, I keep all the authors together. We've got her Bittersweet Surrender duet, Love Unexpected, Unconditional, Forget Me Not, which is one of my favorites, and Always Been You, which is her most recent release that I haven't read yet. My Amo Jones section, and then I have some Anne Malcolm books up here as well. So yes, we've got The Elite Kings Club, Midnight Mayhem, Antichrist, Sicko. We also have Manic at the back here, and then her Crowned by Hate duet, which you can see just there. So this shelf here is one of my favorites. It's my Giana Darling section. So I have all the hardbacks of the women from the Fallen Men series. She actually sent these to me as a congratulations gift when I announced I was pregnant. Then I have her duet that she wrote in the series with a bunch of other authors, and this was published by Dangerous Press. We have a couple more of her books as well as her poetry book, and then the Evolution of Sin trilogy, which I still haven't read yet. I really want to read this as soon as possible. I love this cover. I would actually show you, but I can't be bothered lifting all these up. And then just below here, we've got some LJ Shen books I've just placed because they match the colour. And then we have the Fallen Men yet again, but the paperbacks with the men on the cover, and then her Mafia duet. So When Villains Rise and When Heroes Fall. Seriously, one of my favorite shelves. So this here is the series that I was just talking about, published by Dangerous Press, and these two books belong in this series. They're not in order. So there's Lessons in Sin by Pam Godwin. Then we have the Stroke of Midnight trilogy from Kay Webster. These three books here from Jade West, and then Triple Threat by Kate Webster. And I believe that this is a duet as well. And then we've just got a vanilla sliced candle. All right, now we're going to do this section. So here is a bunch of colourful books with my dead plant. So we've got Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, as well as Daisy Jones. I do have 2 copies, different covers. Forever Interrupted, After I Do, and The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which is one of my favorites. And then we've got all the After series, and this is where it all started for me. This bad boy, this was the first book that got me into romance, and I'll never forget it. Next we have, again with the dead plant, Penelope Douglas. I am missing Twist 6 Venom. I do own that, but I've lent it to a friend. So we've got Credence, Punk 57, Birthday Girl, Corrupt, Hideaway, Kill Switch, Nightfall. So those are the Devil's Night series, and these are standalones. We've got my 𝐒𝐒𝐈𝐍𝐊𝐒 or 𝐒𝐒𝐈𝐍𝐊𝐒, however it is meant to be pronounced, section Sweet Dandelion, which is my favourite cover of all time and also one of my favourite books. It's a student and guidance counsellor relationship. The Confidence of Wildflowers duet. Nice Guys Don't Win, which is the female cover. And then Bad Boys Break Hearts, which I haven't read these two yet. And then back here we have Say Yes, which is another student teacher. Then we have the Krista Becca Ritchie Addicted series. I'm out of breath. Blame the pregnancy. As well as Lauren Asher's Dirty Air series. I haven't finished this. I have mixed opinions about it. Haven't even read these. I really want to read this one just because I love the cover so much. So it's not in order, but I've got like Saffron Kent's books as well as Money Man. Even If It Hurts. If you're an OG subscriber, you know that this is my favorite book from Money Man. Oh, nothing compares, okay? When I read this book for the first time, it rocked my world. And then here we have the Lords of Pain series, the See No Evil series by Ivy Fox, as well as the Hate series. I don't know what the series is actually called, to be honest. The Madison Kate series. And this section, which is a little bit dusty, is my entire Rena Kent. So we've got the Royal Elite series, and then some of her duets. Another Dead Plant, and then we've got a bunch of kind of standalones, but they're like grouped together. So this is the Trisha Wolfe Born Madly duet, and then I've got Frost by Liza James there, just because they're the same height. I've got Kay Webster's books. This is Scarlett St. Clair, and I believe this is a trilogy or even a series. Then we have Karina Halley's Love is the Blood, Black Sunshine, Night Wolf, which is technically a series, and I love this so much. Paranormal, vampires, amazing. Then we have Candy Steiner. So these three books are a trilogy. So What He Doesn't Know, What He Always Knew, What He Never Knew, and then also her famous A Love Letter to Whiskey. I do want to get the special edition cover though. Across we have some books from Cheyenne Sierra, which is an indie author. I love this. You would have seen this on my channel, Between Us, if you follow a lot of my videos. It's one of my favorite age gap romances between an older woman and a younger man. Then we have these books here, like A Lesson in Thorns, Feast of Sparks, Harvest of Sighs, Door of Bruises, and they're all from the same author. There we go. I love this cover so much. It's beautiful. Then we have this section here. So we got Nikki Sloane's Filthy Rich American series, which I love. And then we have The Doctor, The Pool Boy, and The Architect by her. Then we have Liza James yet again, so both her female-female romances, Vibe and Hush, as well as Fated and Descent. These are paranormal and they're so underrated and so good. Spooky season, definitely read these, like 100%. Then we have the Ravenhood trilogy from Kate Stewart, Flock, Exodus, and The Finish Line. And then over here we have KV Rose's paperbacks. So this here, all these books here, they're the Unsainted series. There's a standalone here. I believe that this is going to be a duet though. And then Ecstasy and Omninus, they're all a part of the same series. She's coming out with another book soon to do with this series. Now we're down at the bottom. So this is where Kennedy Ryan lives. We've got like her Hoops series, the Grip trilogy, which I love so much. And then we also have Tilly Cole, Lord of London Town, Sick Fucks, 1,000 Boy Kisses, and A Wish for Us. Then we've got Anna Huang, I think that's how you pronounce her name. I've got 2 books from the Twisted series. Ella Fields, a couple of her standalones. And this pile here is kind of like random. We've got Gothicana by Runix, Den of Vipers, Hello Stranger from Jade West, Sugar Daddies from Jade West, a Vi Keelan and Penelope Ward book, and Beyond the Roses by Monica James. I love that cover. Now I've got some fantasy. So I've got the Kingdom of the Wicked, Kingdom of the Cursed, and then Sarah J. Maas. I've Court of Thorns and Roses right here. This is that section. So this part of the bookshelf is kind of chaotic. So these are like popular mainstream books, okay? So I've bought these, most of these from like a bookstore. But we got like The Spanish Love Deception, Christina Lauren, Mia Sheridan, The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, Beach Read, Love Hypothesis, The Song of Achilles. So they all kind of live in their own section. I call these the vanilla romances. And then here we have Brittany C. Cherry. I love this series. I can't remember what it's called. The Element series, I've read most of them. I've also read Eleanor and Grey. That was a really good book. I haven't read these two yet. In this section, I've run out of room, but this is kind of like random books that may or may not fall into the romance category. Some of these are thrillers, just women's fiction, things like that. So you can kind of see all the spines. I think that's a thriller. Like, they're just random books. There's some Taryn Fisher up here. Normal People by Sally Rooney. So yeah. I'll let you guys just have a look. That's just like my random stack. There you have it, guys. That's my entire bookshelf. I hope you enjoyed this video. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, thumbs it up. Don't forget to check out Beducated. Everything will be linked down below. My discount code, the link to their website, any information that I talked about today. Thank you guys so much for watching. It honestly means the world to me, and I'll see you in my next video, whenever that will be. Bye.